All right, UAAG is at it again. Remember, I told you that they are putting the house in order for disbursement. I want you to listen to this information because this is the next step. Subscribe to the update and share this information because disbursement we are promised that is going to take place in this month of December. Guys, subscribe to the update and share this information.
There are all palpable signs of disbursement before Christmas, starting from this first week of December 2024. Remain strong and confident that disbursement is going to take place. Fall among the audience of people that believe on possibilities on disbursement taking place before Christmas. Realities still exist for us to lean on. The president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved grants to be disbursed to the masses. Yes, there are delays experienced since this approval was given by the president a few months ago. Those delays are purely administrative. It's the same period where the NGOs profile their account details and engage in other administrative screening to qualify for them to dispense this money to the masses. So many structures have been installed for this process to take place. According to this authority, the president of this country wants disbursement to take place and close before 15th of December 2024. Therefore, what are you troubling yourself for? Disbursement should have taken place on November 28 and 29, but the bank requested to close their ledger for the month of November to resume full disbursement on the first week of December. That's the good news that we are living with. So we are in high expectation of disbursement rolling out in this first week we are and continue in the rest chapters of December 2024. With this, all grant subscribers, NGO CEOs, bundle heads, beneficiaries are confident of celebrating this Christmas with a lot in our bank account. From all indication, everywhere is green. Every condition is set. Whether the devil likes it or not, disbursement is taking place. The jinx is finally broken. We are finally here in December 2024, and disbursements haven't still taken place in the grant ecosystem. Who would have imagined that grant subscribers will span the entire 11th and few days in the last month of 2024 without disbursement? Who would have imagined that the entire disbursement process will still be rotating in a state of merry-go-round, despite the assurances in 2023 that if December 2023 was to have additional 1 week, there will be disbursement? Why didn't disbursement take place in January 2024? In June 2024? Why didn't it even take place in 2024 November? Or why didn't it happen last week, November 27, 28, and 29, where Mama Supreme, the CEO of Supreme Life Family NGO, that on Thursday, disbursement will start rolling out to the super coordinators. Then there will be heavy disbursement on 29th November 2024. And she concluded by saying that disbursement will continue on the first chapters of December 2024. We are already in the first chapters of December 2024. Why is disbursement not taking place? This explains the reason why there is huge tension right now in the grant ecosystem. This explains the reason why there is frustration or fear entertained by both NGO CEOs, especially as there is constant adjournment, readjournment of the disbursement in this ecosystem. Will disbursement even take place? If people are entertaining doubts, nobody needs to blame anybody. If people have entertained fear or criticized, even condemn the entire process as being fraudulent and scam, grant subscribers should not be blamed for saying this, because what lingers, what delayed, entertained fears, entertained doubt is embedded or shrouded in nothingness. Meanwhile, why are they planning to disburse the grant to super coordinators only, to NGO CEOs only? What about the subscribers? Are the super coordinators of Mama Supreme the only eligible beneficiaries in the grant ecosystem? Yes, because Mama Supreme emphasized disbursing first to super coordinators to embark on a borehole project. What about other beneficiaries? Is everyone in this country not experiencing the same inflation and hardship just like the super coordinators? Everyone needs to be carried along, both super coordinators or ordinary beneficiaries. They deserve to experience disbursement. Everyone have been here in the past 7-10 years ago. Why start with some few and leaving others? If disbursement is taking place today, let everyone be disbursed to accordingly. Everyone deserves to touch this money as we are about celebrating Christmas. Besides, borehole project is not what most Nigerians need at the moment. What everyone right now needs is money to pay house rent, feed themselves, pay kids school fee, and invest in their businesses to expand it to sustain their living. Currently, the grant ecosystem is divided into two factions: an audience that believe there's no money anywhere to be disbursed, and another audience that believe disbursement is going to take place before Christmas. Which audience do you belong to? And for those belonging to the audience that believe there's no money anywhere, my advice is stay put till December 31st, 2024 before exiting yourself if there will be no disbursement. But there is nothing impossible right now. We strongly believe that disbursement will take place before Christmas 2024. Let's rely on the post of Ustaz Dawood a few days ago. Dawood said, "We all went to the stream to fetch water, but by the time we got there was no water to fetch." While some of us were looking for water desperately, some were patient and some lost hope. But those who will be successful are those who are patient and still searching for the source of water. And Allah is with the patient ones. Those who will receive their reward completely are the patient. Above all, we cannot be smart enough without the grace of God. They planned and Allah planned, and Allah is the best planner. What message is Ustaz Dawood sending right now to the grant subscribers? In taking a cursory look at this post, it's the same thing he has always emphasized in the grant ecosystem, that Apostle Ambassador Ken told them he saw money or his name is on a document and there is a grant for him to disburse. On getting there was no money, there was no document. But through the help of God, they later discovered the money and the document. And that is what they are the process of disbursing right now. But the problem here is that the process is lingering longer than anticipated by grant subscribers. And right now, all grant subscribers' hope is on AGPGEN. Suddenly, everyone have forgotten about the likes of UAAG, Theobarth, Golden Bridge. Every weight is now being thrown on the AGPGEN as the last hope of the masses. And if AGPGEN have to fail, so many people in this ecosystem will just feel very frustrated and depressed. There will be disappointment everywhere. God forbid, AGPGEN will never fail. And since AGPGEN have dedicated themselves as messiahs to bring an end to the age-long disbursement deadlock in the grant ecosystem, the prayer of the masses is for God to protect them, provide all the necessary security and support they need to bring about disbursement. On this sacrificial and humanitarian assignment, God will be with them to bring about disbursement to the dying and struggling masses, to those who have been extorted, oppressed and marginalized, to those who have been victimized or defrauded even after selling their cars, their land, and invested their business capital to seek for this grant. The biggest question right now all grant subscribers are asking is, will disbursement take place before Christmas? The answer is yes, disbursement is going to take place before we celebrate Christmas. Few days ago, there was a strong assurance from grant stakeholders that disbursement is going to commence on the 28th and 29th of November. People anticipated this desperately, and Thursday and Friday ended without disbursement. The same grant stakeholders come up again to explain why there was no disbursement. And what they presented is that the president of the country directed the CBN to disburse the money directly to the grant subscribers instead of allowing the grant stakeholders to disburse to the NGOs and the beneficiaries. What they imply by this presentation is that the president doesn't trust the transparency of the grant stakeholders, and he directed that the CBN should disburse directly to the NGOs and the subscribers through the account of the stakeholders. What this implies is that Instead of your grant stakeholder disbursing to you at their liberty, the money will be disbursed by the CBN in the designated account of the grant stakeholder or grant handler to the NGOs and the beneficiaries directly by the CBN. And on that Thursday or Friday, according to them, the bank requested that they are already closing their ledger for the end of November. As such, disbursement should be rescheduled on the first week of December 2024, where they might have closed their ledger and even completed payment of salaries to civil servants. As such, the grant handlers promise that disbursement is finally going to commence in the first week of December 2024, which we are already in. With this new development, there is still certainty of disbursement taking place because the way the process is scheduled, everyone will not be disbursed to exactly at the same day. It's going to be a scheduled process which will continue till Christmas activity begins. And those that haven't received in this first batch of disbursement will receive when they resume in the new year. But the most important thing right now is for the disbursement activity to commence, to break the jinx. Hence, everyone will be confident of waiting to receive theirs. If it has commenced, there is hope of continuation. Prayer of subscribers right now is let disbursement commence first in these first chapters of December as they promised. Probably by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, disbursement should take place. And another good news in all this is that the delay has led to increase in the entitlement or expansion of the entire sketch of disbursement. Therefore, the alert that is coming is going to be greater than what should have come before then if disbursement take place all this while. According to this same authority, money has been posted from the CBN to the designated account of these stakeholders where disbursement is going to take place. That implies the process of disbursement is ongoing. There is another post circulating that each grant stakeholder will be allowed to disburse in a given month, while the next month another grant stakeholders will disburse. For example, if AGPGEN is disbursing on December, January will be for Sanctuary Wealth, February for Theobarth, March for St. Rita, April for Mama Supreme and the rest. These are all speculations and rumors. There's no such thing in the grant ecosystem. Disbursement is going to take place once from one source. Most of the people that are claiming they have grants, ask them, why didn't they disburse in the deadline they give if actually they have grants to disburse to the masses? Yes, because if you have money that belongs to you, you give a deadline to your people, just like Mama Supreme gave a deadline to those NGO or super coordinators that she invited to Abuja a few weeks ago for verification. She gave them a deadline for money to come, and when the deadline comes, there was no money to those super coordinators. The same way other grant handlers fix deadlines for their subscribers or NGOs and eventually fail. These are all revelations that it is only one source of money that is available to be disbursed to everyone that subscribes for grants in Nigeria. After this one source of disbursement, there may be no disbursement the next decade in the country. We might have heard so many stories. There are agricultural grants in the CBN, there are 7 grants, there are 10 grants waiting. If there are several grants waiting in the CBN, why is only one of the grants not approved for disbursement right now? If actually there are several grants lying in wait in the CBN, why haven't one of the grants disbursed in the past 4 weeks, 10 months ago? Every grant handler is eyeing this same source of alert. Like I've stated earlier, this is the same grant Telprocon wanted to disburse a few years ago. The same grant Theobarth wanted to disburse a few years ago. The same grant SEM wanted to disburse a few years ago. The same grant UAAG planning to disburse a few years ago. It is the same grant that we are still standing here waiting to be disbursed to all grant subscribers. Don't be deceived. But the fact is, previous governments, previous administrations in this country never see the need for grants being disbursed to the masses, because when the middle and the lower class are with funds with huge millions in their accounts, there is tendency for the government to lose grip of the middle and the lower class. Most people will be rebellious to the government. That is why previous government refused approving these grants for disbursement. But luckily for this particular grant ecosystem, The government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved disbursement because he wished to see the masses breathe. That's the luck we have right now. Else, we should have ended up this grant ecosystem just like the previous grant ecosystems. It is important to intensify our prayer that as the president has approved this money to be disbursed to the masses, we should stand his ground. He should stand and ensure the money is dispensed to all the poor masses. In conclusion, there are all palpable signs of disbursement before Christmas, starting from this first week of December 2024. Remain strong and confident that disbursement is going to take place. Fall among the audience of people that believe on possibilities on disbursement taking place before Christmas. Realities still exist for us to lean on. The president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved grants to be disbursed to the masses. Yes, there are delays experienced since this approval was given by the president a few months ago. Those delays are purely administrative. It's the same period where the NGOs profile their account details and engage in other administrative screening to qualify for them to dispense this money to the masses. So many structures have been installed for this process to take place. According to this authority, the president of this country wants disbursement to take place and close before 15th of December 2024. Therefore, what are you troubling yourself for? Disbursement should have taken place on November 28 and 29, but the bank requested to close their ledger for the month of November to resume full disbursement on the first week of December. That's the good news that we are living with. So we are in high expectation of disbursement rolling out in this first week we are, and continue in the rest chapters of December 2024. With this, all grant subscribers, NGO CEOs, bundle heads, beneficiaries are confident of celebrating this Christmas with a lot in our bank account. From all indication, everywhere is green. Every condition is set. Whether the devil likes it or not, disbursement is taking place. The jinx is finally broken. Remain strong and optimistic. Never be distracted by the misleading and depressive voice note in the grant ecosystem. Those voice notes are from the camp of those who have lost out in the process of disbursement because of their impunities and anti-human behavior in this grant ecosystem. Remain strong. We are finally there. God is too faithful to fail.